I want to tell you the story, and then I want you to be honest about whether you think I did the right thing. Okay.
Yes.
So I sold a camera this last week. It's one of the cameras we use in here. We use it every week, and I sold it because we bought a new one. And so I put it on the market. It's been on the market for a couple weeks. Got a couple hits. People were being like really rough, selling things on
Barter.
Facebook Market,
bargain and barter.
Offerup. It's like so awful because people. I think it's the internet. They allow you to just say whatever you want, and you never have to see them again.
Yep.
So they're just like all rough, and then I finally find this girl, and she's like really interested, and she offers a price that I'm comfortable with. Right? Everyone was lowballing me by like $200, like way low. I was like, this is stupid. So she's finally like, oh, okay, let's do it. So we set it up. She wants to meet at 7 a.m. on Saturday. Because she's like going to a shoot or something. She's a photographer. She's buying cameras. I'm like, it makes sense. And I'm like, okay, well, she sees the value. It's good. I show up at 7. To be fair, I was late. Forgot to set an alarm.
Well, whatever.
But I show up. I bring the camera, and she's like, she brought a friend who's checking the camera out. She turns it on. She's like messing with the lens, whole thing, right? And I'm like, again, we use it every week. It's never been dropped. It's great. It really never really moves. It kind of just stays in the corner. It's normally Ryan's angle, so Ryan has the new camera. And she checks it out. She's like, everything's all good, right? Mm-hmm. Like, cool. She gives me the money, drives away.
So how long was this interaction?
This was, she
You
checked
didn't
it out
talk
for
to her
as
for more
long
than
as she wants.
10 minutes,
Maybe more
did
than,
ya?
no more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
But she's like, and she goes, okay, cool. And she hands me the money, and I grab the money. And I said, are you sure? Like, is it everything like you wanted? You checked it out? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Enjoy. Got in the car, right? I drive away. 3 hours later. This is the problem with, I was using Offerup. And
expose them.
And Offerup, you like in Facebook Market, when you sell something, you tell them who you sold it to, and then it closes all the conversations. Like you can't reopen them. And Offerup doesn't do that. It leaves the conversations there. So she hits me up on Offerup again, and like 3 hours later, she's like, "Hey, by the way, the flash is broken on this camera." And I go, I was like, honestly, I've never even opened the flash on the camera. Like I use it for video podcasts. Like I never use the flash. I was like, but I had no idea. I was like, I felt bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I was like, I have one of those detached flashes. I'm like, I'll bring you, like, I'll give you a flash for free. Like I feel bad, And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. And then she like comes back again, like 5 minutes later. She's like, my friend, so she's not using the camera. Her friend is.
Oh,
She said, my friend says there's something wrong with the lens. She's like, the lens is like, it's not like she said something like it's faulting. She said it's faulting.
Her friend broke that camera.
Oh yeah.
And I go, that's weird. I've never had any issue with it. Like, and then all of a sudden she goes, well, it seems like it's been dropped. And I was like, well, I've never dropped it. I can tell you that much. But I did buy this camera through Offerup like a year ago when we started not a year ago, but like slightly before we started this podcast. And used. So I was like, maybe the person before me, but I've never had any issues. Like it's worked like a charm for us. Like never had an issue.
No big deal.
Well, then she's like, now it's throwing an error message when I turn it on, and I'm like, we've never had an error message. We've never. It up. And so then she's like, I want my money back. She's like, can we meet up and can we switch back? And I was like trying to be nice, and I was like, well, maybe. I was like, I don't know. And I called Jordan's photographer, as everyone knows, and so I was like, what do you think? Should I switch it back? And Jordan's like, just switch it back and be done. Because, like, we'll try and resell it. But then I'm like,
if it's broken, you can't resell it.
I was like,
bro, it was working when you, like,
she had time
gave it
to
to
look
the girl.
at it,
She
right?
looked at it.
Well, then I do this. I'm trying to be nice. Because, again, and I was telling you guys earlier, the irony was when we were there, I was talking to her for just a little bit after we exchanged. And I was saying, like, or maybe it was a message after I'd left. I'd messaged her, and I was like, it's so nice to have like a good deal with like people who like aren't like being sketchy. Are trying to be sketchy, right?
Yeah.
And she agreed with me. She said, "Oh yeah, I agree. Thank you so much." Blah blah. And then so I feel bad about the whole thing, and I go, "Listen, I feel bad about the flash because I never used the flash. I didn't know it was broken." I said, "I'll Venmo you $75."
Oh my God.
I was like, and then you can maybe get the flash fixed, but at least you get some of your money back, whatever, right? And she goes, I just want to switch back. And I was like,
nope.
I don't feel comfortable switching back because you've had the camera for 4 hours
and
now.
you checked it.
And I was like, I said your friend checked it.
Look, and once the money went in your hand and the camera went in her hand,
the deal was done.
It's donezo.
And that's what I thought. Like, I was like, I'm not a retail store. I'm not like Best Buy.
It's not like you were like, oh, here it is, like quick switch. Like she had time to look at the camera.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then so I felt
Seems
bad.
sketchy to me.
I felt bad, and then I was like, I didn't really respond because I was really just busy. I wasn't ignoring her, and she's like, if you don't respond, I'm gonna have to report you to Offerup.
And that's when you delete your account.
And then I go, well, this interaction is clearly over. Like, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this, you know?
Yep.
So then I ended up deactivating my account.
Yeah.
Not because I was like trying to run from it, but I was just like, you know what? I'm
look,
done.
I've used Offerup before, and it is trash. It's a bad app.
Yep.
It's not good.
And so I felt bad because, again, I wasn't trying to scam her. I mean, we use the camera every week
every
on
time,
the show.
and there's no problem.
And it's never had any issue. And it's always been great quality. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, it's not like I was trying to be shady. But
And
then,
it's not, and it's that space of like, what do they call it? Like room for error. There was 4
Yeah.
hours between.
Yeah.
Yes.
She got the camera and she hit you up.
Well, then what I found out, what I assume is she wanted to meet up before she was going on a photo shoot. So I think there's a couple different theories that people that I've talked to about this think. My dad thinks she just had buyer's remorse. Like she bought it and she's like, I'm out.
It's not working the way I
I'll
wanted
tell you
to.
how much I paid. How much she paid for it. She
well,
paid
it's not even her;
$5.50
it's her
for it.
friend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was. You know, she bought it technically, but
Oh.
yeah, I think she either bought it for a friend or something. But she paid $5.50. Now, like
Maybe she researched it and bought the wrong camera or something.
No, the camera body in itself is worth $600, and she got a lens and
Yeah.
a battery or the whole thing,
Stoked.
whatever. So
Yeah.
so that's why I was like, also part of me was like, you know, the body alone is worth what she
Yeah.
paid for it, and so, or my mother-in-law thinks that she this is kind of out there. She thinks that she needed it for the photo shoot on Saturday,
And is
so
trying to
she
return
bought it, used it at the photo shoot,
Yes.
and then doesn't need it anymore.
I could see that.
I can see that.
Oh.
Kind of like a rent, like trying to get out of renting thing.
That's so stupid.
just- but
Rent
I
a
was like,
camera.
If this is your business, like just rent it, bro. Like
I know.
if you're really
it's kind
trying to
of a
like
far-fetched one for
Yeah.
me, but I, thought it
I
was kinda
fully
interesting.
can see that she bought it, immediately broke it, and wants to try to return it.
Like she plugged it into like a computer and tried to do a new software, change
no, I
the
bet you
settings
she
or
dropped it.
something.
She got home, she dropped it, and it's like, oh crap.
For there to be that many issues that you missed the first time is like,
Also
that
within,
doesn't
like,
make
You're
4
getting an error
hours.
message.
Maybe
Like,
if it was within an hour.
Yeah.
Like I just got home and you see the timestamp and it's like
Yeah.
45 minutes later.
Like she was grasping at straws for her to say that the flash wasn't working, the lens was broken, there was an error message. It's like, where are you getting all this stuff
Yeah.
from? Like that was never
broke
happening.
camera, my man.
And
Yeah.
until I felt I felt bad because I'm not trying to scam her, obviously. Until like
and you didn't. They checked it out.
I know, I feel it put like a knot in my stomach because
Yeah.
I kind of felt
Typical
bad about
9.
it. You know, oh yeah, you know, but at the same time, I'm like, I
Or
wasn't
whatever
trying
you
to
are.
scam her or whatever. But I mean, it
He's a
brings up the whole
vibe.
topic of like, I know you've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace or
Oh,
Offerup.
God.
Like,
I've strictly changed to Craigslist now.
oh really?
Which
I'm
I'm
like-
surprised. I feel like Craigslist is the
It
most
is. It's the Wild
sketchy.
West, but I like to look somebody dead in the eye. I'm like, I need your phone number and your address. I will show up at your house and I will take that from you so that if you're scamming
And
me,
that's
I
why
will
it's
return to
sketchy
your
though,
home.
because they could be scamming you,
Dude.
and then you get abducted by going to their actual address.
Yeah.
No, look, I
Yes.
scored a killer hollow body guitar, like half price.
Really?
This dude that like bought it, you know, wanted to learn how to play, bought it new, never touched it, and now is selling it back. Like doesn't
Into
really
the
know any better.
universe.
Like awesome, like super big house, like over in Sunset Cliffs. Was like, yeah, I don't know, $200, and I was like, yeah, heck yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Like,
So
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
think like all of these online resale stuff. I know I've sold things through like Poshmark, which is more for fashion, accessories, all this
trendy.
stuff. But you can sell like electronics and other things.
Yeah.
Their rule is that once you buy it and once it's shipped to you, unless the clothes are like the completely wrong thing, like if I ordered jeans and they sent me like a t-shirt,
Yeah.
then you can dispute it and return it.
Yeah.
But if you got something, say if I bought a camera through Poshmark and it's what I ordered, you cannot return
But
it.
you
It is
don't like
yours.
it.
It is
Yeah,
yours.
she
yeah.
tried to like claim she's like, this isn't what as it was described, and I was like, I had tons of photos on there, and I was just like, I literally and in my description it was very simple. I was like, I use this camera all the time. I'm selling it because I'm upgrading.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's literally the only reason I sell stuff. Like,
Yeah.
if it's like I'm either getting something new or I don't need it anymore. Like I never
No,
try.
yeah.
You never try and sell something broken. You know what
She
I'm saying?
switched it up.
Yep.
Something happened
So, I
afterwards.
think
That's what I think.
And
I think she got. I
backpedaled
really think she
hard.
got buyer's remorse. I think she paid for the $5.50, and she's like,
I paid too much. I could get it cheap.
Or her
somebody
friend,
told her.
or her
Like,
friend
yeah, it
doesn't know
sounds
how
like
to
or
handle
her
a
friend's
camera
a
and broke
photographer
it.
and is like, you paid how much? Like, no, honey. Like, you can go down to the camera mart and get it for $300 at George's. Like,
Do you ever have? Do you sell things online?
a lot
I
of
do.
Lord.
I do like either I'll do Craigslist or now I've gotten into like Reverb.com, which is like
Yeah.
an app for like secondhand
Oh, I buy a
music
lot of
gear.
stuff there.
Yeah. So I do like pedals and stuff, and it is you just market like as is.
Yeah.
Right. Like, hey, you're buying this. Like, it's got you put the description in there.
And
it
you're
works
buying it
great.
used
I
anyways.
use it, and then but what's great about Reverb is they have a good like. If you get
Return
scammed,
policy.
well, the company will like
Help
throw
you
you
out.
money or whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a lot of security gets expensive.
Oh, and it's thousands of dollars worth of stuff going around. They want to keep, customers coming
do you
back.
ever get the long sale where you put something up and then like literally like months later somebody goes, "Is this still available?"
Yes.
God, like no, like I
You know-
sold that in a
I get that all
garage
the time.
sale.
You know what was sketchy about Offerup is I posted something, and within seconds of me posting it, there were like
Someone likes
five
it?
scam accounts. No, 5 scam accounts that are like,
Yeah, I
hi, I
hate
want to buy
that.
this, and then I'd respond and they don't respond, or they respond with like some like,
Yeah, did you ever get a real
Canned
scammer on
thing.
Craigslist?
No.
I one time answered this ad because we were trying to buy a boat last summer. So whatever, like a little dinghy to go fishing out on.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh, it scared me.
I got you.
What did I drop?
I don't know.
don't know, it
Knocked
doesn't
your phone
matter.
over.
Water
Oh, the
bottle?
mouse.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Eh.
Is it still recording? You're good.
Is the mouse still alive?
Squeak, squeak. Anyways, so
Squeak
I
and squeaker,
inquired
squeak.
about this boat. I
Yeah.
was like, hey, it's it's a $500 little dinghy. Like, let's seal the deal.
We'll say the description first, right?
Oh, well, no, I didn't get. First I was like, hey, is this available? And so what I thought was this woman was like, yeah, like, hey, I'm just letting you know, like, I need to sell this like tomorrow. Like, we're moving out of the state. My husband just passed away.
It's always the story.
And I was like, I just was so moved. I was fully caught off guard because it seemed like the posting
Legit.
seemed like, oh, like this lady just wrote this up or whatever.
Yeah.
Seemed fully legit. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, like I'll meet you tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes around and it's like, in our morning, like we left the state today, like, but the boat's at this place. You can go pick it up. All you got to do is wire me the money. And I'm like,
Scam.
Scam.
bro, like you really like pulled at my heartstrings over $500. Like,
Yep.
like what's going on here? Like,
So I
Yeah.
think
So
I think
messed
in
you're
up.
just ripping
conclusion,
people off.
I feel like all selling apps are pretty sketchy, anyways. But John, you are not in the fault.
No, I think you're
No,
fine.
no,
bro.
you're fine. You
Like
do well.
you made a
I felt
sale.
guilty. Well, here, can I tell you the topper of all this?
Yeah.
I realized what I did wrong. Okay.
You broke the camera.
No, I dropped it. No,
I dropped it in moments
No.
before selling.
What happened was I was dealing with this guy before I talked to this girl, and his name on Offerup, I'll just drag him. His name is Chad, and he was trolling
Get him.
me so hard.
Get
He
him.
was like asking me all these questions, and then he's like, "Offer you $400," and I'm like, $400? I listed it the camera for $600.
Yep.
And I was like,
Bruh.
no, I'm not. Like, for that much, I'll just keep it. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get rid of it for that. And then he like, a couple days later, he'd ask me more questions. What's the shutter count? So I get on there, I figure out the shutter count. It's like super
He's
low.
like,
It's like 7,000,
"Give me
right?
200
Super
bucks."
low. And he goes, oh yeah, I still give you 400 for it. And I was like, so the guy's like, give me, and then finally we get to a head right before this girl reaches out to me, and she's like, and I'm like, dude, I'm just done. Like, I'm not selling
Yeah.
it to 400. And he was like, oh, well, this isn't worth it. And I was like, this camera is worth it. And if you can find this camera for what I'm selling with for more, for $400, I said, please let me know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find it. And then he's like, tells me that he bought a similar camera for $520. And I go, you offered him $520 and you're offering me $400.
And then he
You're
deactivated your
insane,
account, so
right?
he'll never get to.
No, he didn't. So then what happened was, after I made this deal with this girl,
You told Chad.
on my
No,
ride
you-
home,
Yes.
I chatted Chad, and I said,
Just sold it
I
for
just sold
$550."
it for $550 with a middle finger emoji.
You're petty.
You're so petty.
And that's what screwed my deal up. The universe
Oh my
saw
god.
that.
John.
Oh my god.
You're
And
my
went-
hero. That is the perfect ending.
Oh my
And so
gosh.
that's what messed it up.
Literally screw Chad. Who cares? And
Oh
screw
my
this
gosh.
girl too.
Chad reached out to her and was like, hey, let's pull a trick on John.
Oh my gosh.
Do you
Try
think
and get your money back.
it was like a Bonnie and Clyde situation?
I hope I never see him again. That's what I'm saying.